What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the No Counts Given podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Rush, and today I have a very exciting episode. As you guys know, I recently went to Dance Team Union Nationals. No Counts Given was there as we were co-hosting the rankings. We were there just meeting and greeting everyone, covering the event, and preparing for quite literally what is the next 4 episodes of No Counts Given. Today we are talking about the Pom and Kick divisions that were at Dance Team Union Nationals. I have some all-star teams. I have some high school teams, varsity and JV. We're going to be looking at the top 3 teams from each of the divisions that I'm talking about. Listen, today we're going to be doing a whole lot of watching routines. So if you are an audio listener, you usually listen while you're on the go, I would highly recommend that you just save today's episode for a time that you could just sit down and watch dance, because today we are watching a whole lot of Pom and Kick. If it weren't for my sponsors, I would not be able to go to these trips, be able to have a podcast where I'm able to talk about Dance Team quite literally every single week. So, of course, we got to give a shout out to the sponsors: Dance Team Union, Dance Team Supply, and Sharpen Up Dance Team Training. To be quite honest with you guys, I don't know how long this episode is going to be. I don't want to even think about a limit because there's so much dance that I just want to sit and talk about. I had this whole plan before I got to nationals of the teams I was going to be watching, the divisions that I was going to be watching, which arena I was going to be in at exact times. And to be honest with you guys, I realized by day 1, Thursday, before teams even started competing, I'm talking solo semifinals, I was like, this isn't going to work out. I just knew this isn't going to work out. There was more that I wanted to see and witness, and more that I had to be involved in before I even got to nationals, and I realized it. Luckily, and I got to give a major shout out to Dance Team Union, because I know that this has been a conversation, at least I saw surfacing like 3 months ago, was the video. The video quality that they were providing. It's not that the quality was bad, it's just that it was so far away that it was hard to see routines sometimes. This year, DTU really stepped it up, and you're going to see that in some of the videos that I play. We're getting close-ups, like they're moving the camera, panning it right, panning it left. I got to give a shout out to them. So as soon as I saw that on the live stream, I was like, okay, I trust that I could sit back and give dedicated time to catch up on a lot of these routines, a lot of teams that I even talked about throughout the season that I did not even have a chance to see at nationals. And today I'm ready to share all of the love and commentary and review and support to these teams, because the success that happened at DTU Nationals is quite insane. I have to say, I kept saying this as I was walking through the halls and just talking to a lot of different DTU people. As you guys know, I've been covering DTU the past year, pretty much. But I've been watching DTU for the past, oh my gosh, why didn't anyone tell me there was lint on my microphone? How dare you? I've been watching DTU Nationals, I would say probably right past post COVID. Post pandemic, I really started watching DTU Nationals. And this is the year that I'm saying Pom teams, I mean, all teams in all divisions, but I really noticed it in Pom teams. These Pom teams are really stepping up. Like, they're understanding the assignment, they're understanding the trends, and they are really stepping up. I'm just excited to watch these Pom teams. I'm excited to watch these Kick teams. Let's roll these ad messages and let's get right into the dancing. Here we go. Dance Team Union is a proud sponsor of the No Counts Given podcast. At Dance Team Union, the spotlight shines on you. Join DTU at camps and competitions that focus on bringing your program exactly what you are looking for. What is their mission, you might ask? To make sure your voice is heard loud and clear. DTU is dedicated for being coach and dancer focused, because your needs and wants are their top priority, guiding DTU to provide tailor-made opportunities to align perfectly with your vision. Your voice matters. It's what drives them to provide and innovate season after season. Join the DTU family today and let your passion for dance take center stage. Dance Team Union, where your voice inspires greatness. Go to www.danceteamunion.com. Okay, before we even get into watching the dancing, for those of you that are at home, maybe you're considering switching over to DTU Nationals, or maybe you're just really a dance team fan and you want to understand DTU Nationals even more. Let's talk about the Pom score sheet for a second. I've talked about this in a episode, I don't even remember when, I'll have to look for it, but I went through and I talked a lot about the score sheets at DTU. I just want to go through it really quick. So if you're at home watching, you you understand and you know what is expected of Pom at DTU Nationals. Now, this is the same score sheet they use for the College Classic as well, too. Okay, so for Pom, any style of dance may be used to accomplish this, and there are no required movements. So that means turns, leaps, jumps, kicks, lifts, and tricks are not required. The team should demonstrate difficulty through the incorporation of intricate Pom motions. Okay, that doesn't mean fast, quick motions. It just means intricate. It means precise. It means it needs to be clean. Movements should complement the music, and teams will be judged on both musicality and uniformity. Teams will also be judged on the creative use of Pom for visual effects. Teams should also display an ability to connect with the audience and provoke an emotional response appropriate to the style presented. Excitement, laughter, joy, or any sense of drama. So you'll see this a lot. Teams will play into those different, like that one sentence alone, you'll see a lot of teams play into it at D2 Nationals, and they'll use that by themes or by different incorporations of music. We'll see Pom routines that aren't just trying to get a joyful emotional response, right? We'll see teams that try and get that excitement, then they'll try and get you to laugh, and then they'll make you feel like there's drama, and then they'll make you feel like there's joy. I enjoy Pom routines like that because I want to feel like I'm a part of that roller coaster with you. So out of the 30 points, it is strictly technique. That is Pom motion technique, which is 10 points, difficulty of Pom motions, which is 10 points, and then quality and difficulty of other movements, which is 10 points. Now, all of this information, if you want to read it, by all means, go to go to Dance Team Union. Get it together, Kyle. Go to danceteamunion.com. All the information is there. It is not hidden. It is very, very transparent and easy to find. Then the other 30 points is going to be the execution of routine. So then you have uniformity of movement, you have execution of spacing and transitions, then you have execution of musicality. That is all going to be those 30 points. Okay, so 30 points is that technique, 30 points is the execution, and then you have 30 points towards artistry. That is the uniqueness of concept and movement, visual effect, and musicality of choreography. Okay, now a lot of people look at the artistry and they just think like, oh, I just want to see the storytelling of the dance, but that's not exactly what that means. Read a little bit more deep into this, okay? Is the routine fresh? Is it new? Is there movement of dancers throughout the entire routine? Is there purposeful visual impact of formations and transitions? Choreography from beginning to end communicates the detail and overall mood of the music. So really listen into those captions there. Okay, now this is my favorite one, and I'll tell you why. Showmanship, communication, and projection by dancers. Now, a lot of competitions you'll see, this 10 points down here isn't always showmanship. What you'll see is overall impression. Overall impression is a scam. Overall impression is a scam. There's no reason why, if I'm trained to read a score sheet and judge a routine based off my requirements as a judge, what I'm getting paid for to do by what the company is telling me to do, that my overall impression of your routine should matter. Okay, so that's going to be it for Pom. Let's go and find kick. All right, here we go. Kick. 30 kicks of at least waist height performed by at least 50% of the team must be included in each routine. Any style of dance may be used to accomplish this, and there are no required movements. Turns, leaps, jumps, lifts, or tricks are not required. The team may demonstrate difficulty through the incorporation of the number and structure of kick sequences and the height and pace of kicks. Teams should also display an ability to connect with the audience and provoke an emotional response. You're going to see that sentence. Teams should also display an ability to connect with the audience and provoke an emotional response. And I would say almost all of DTU score sheets, because I'm sorry, but that's what dance is. Am I not wrong? Technique is 30 points. Okay, you're going to see the same layout as you would for Pom here just about. So technique is going to be that 30 points. Kick technique is 10. Technical difficulty of kicks, 10. Quality and difficulty of other movements is 10. Okay, then you have 30 points of execution of routine. Uniformity of movement, 10 points. Execution of spacing and transition, 10 points. Execution of musicality, 10 points. Artistry, back at the same thing, 30 points altogether. That is going to be the uniqueness of concept and movement, 10 points. Visual effect and variety of kicks, 10 points. Musicality of choreography, 10 points. And then showmanship, again, is that final 10 points, which completes that 100-point scale. Now, there's a note down here. This is not intended to require any specific technical jazz Pom or hip hop movements included leaps, turns, lifts, and other tricks in the routine. Emphasis of the routine should be on the kicks. Whatever choreographed movements you choose and your creative discretion to do between your kicks will be judged here. Teams will not receive credit in the technique score for technical difficulty of non-kick movements. All right. I'm going to assume that asterisk is going to be for right here, quality of difficulty in other movements. So just for it to make a little bit more sense. All right, so that is the Pom and the Kick score sheets. Now let's get into the dancing. Feel the rush, addicted to your touch. Oh. So on trend. That should be like my theme song. It's so good, it's so good. All right, let's check the docket. Oh, no, I lied. All right, now that I am done boring you with all of these score sheet information, let's get straight into the dancing. I have quite a few small Pom teams that I want to watch. Okay, we're going to start off with presentation. These are my California friends. I love presentation. Be nice. 88.26 straight out of the semifinals round. Oh, sorry, not semifinals. Right out of the prelims round. They were one of the top in their semifinals group, and they moved straight to finals. Another team that we're going to watch that moved straight to finals from that prelims round is Ascension Episcopal. Come on, we love Ascension. We're also going to watch Rochester. We have Valencia Placentia, another one of my California friends, North Broward Prep, and that's going to be it for this one. So let's start off with a presentation. Here we go. I'm excited. Presentation did very well at nationals this season. I was like, okay, go off. Like, look at guys, look at that video quality already. I think for the lighting purposes, the stage just needs to be brighter. But at the same time, like when I'm there watching this, I love how dark the stage is. Hey, let's go, presentation. Nice tilts there, okay. I like the transitions there. So they're utilizing their palm motions very well. So far what we are seeing in some talks that were in the score sheets, we're seeing the intricacy in their movement, in their palm motion. So we got to think of these palms as props, right? How are they being utilized? How are they being used in those visuals? How are they being used in transitions? And presentation here is doing a really good job at it so far. Look at those levels, y'all. If you know me, you know I love a good deep plie. So presentation finished finals in 10th place with an 87.06, which is really good for presentation to be in that top 10 spot in the small varsity Pom division. Now, one thing you'll notice is they really utilize the strengths of their dancers, right? Giving those dancers who are great jumpers, great leapers, they are highlighted in those jumps and in those leaps. Minimizing the usage of the turns, so that way they are getting the highest possible score they can get in those technical captions. But also, I really enjoyed the usage of the stage. They really utilize for a small team dominating every side of the stage. No matter which side you're going to be sitting on, right side or left side, you are going to be entertained. All right, next let's get into Ascension Episcopal. Now, Ascension Episcopal was a top 3 finisher. They finished in that 3rd place with an 88.16, which T-dubs, presentation to Ascension here, 10th to 3rd place. Was just barely over 1 point. That's how tight this division was. Now, Ascension there was really utilizing those turns. I mean, beautiful technique, right? Especially for the small team here. firecrackers. Let's go. Wow, the timing that Ascension has in their turns and in their technical elements, and the technique that they display is truly incredible. Hey, let's go. We love a great glove reveal tying into their Michael Jackson theme. Love the moments that they're creating with those gloves. I love the fall, and definitely tying in those Michael Jackson movements, right? Like the fall, the leans, the poses. It's definitely fun to see, especially in this Pom category. The moonwalk, there we go. What a great performance from the Gators. Great performance. Listen, I am a Michael Jackson fan. I'll say it. I love a good Michael Jackson routine. I definitely have done a few in my time, okay? All right. Let's go into another top 3 routine. Let's watch North Broward. North Broward actually got second place here. I did not see this routine live, but I did see it in their practice round the day before competition. They had their practice mat, 15 minutes. I saw them warming up their routines, and this routine is a fun one, y'all. So let's watch this routine from North Broward Prep.
On the floor. Here we go,
Again, this is the second place winners, that silver medal with a 90.10. Great moments created in those visual effects. Quick transition straight to those kicks. I will say, I think I saw that. Nice utilization of those turns. The transition to the diagonal to the kick felt like an Ohio State transition, but I could be wrong. Let's go. Now, for me as a judge, if I did notice something like that, I wouldn't think of it as creative as possible, right? But if they're gonna keep going and giving me a little bit more creative visual, okay, that. Nice attitude to that tilt. Great usage of the leaps. Okay, so I saw 2 Ohio State reference transitions and visuals. Now, as a judge, I would dock creativity. If I did continue to notice things like that, what I was trying to say is that if I only noticed one, I wouldn't think too much of it. But because I saw 2 in the same phrase, I would dock creativity there. However, with what North Broward is giving me, it is dynamic, it is fun, it is consistent. I like the usage of the athleticism that they put into the routine. I also enjoyed their technical elements as well, too. So I got to give it to North Broward Prep for there. I did meet a few of their athletes while I was at Nationals. I did meet a few of them. Very sweet, kind kids. I hope to see you guys at next year's Nationals. All right, here we go. Moving on. Let's go into Valencia Placentia. I know I say Placentia very silly. I don't know why. I used to say it like that very long time ago, and it just kind of never left my place. Okay, here we go. So here are your 4th place finishers, finishing with that 88.06. So clean, strong intro so far. Even though the choreography is a bit slower paced, I would say, than the other ones that we have watched so far, what I am enjoying is that they are punching their motions and they're staying consistent there. Nice. Okay, I would like to have seen the transit or the formations just be a little bit more tight during those turn combinations. Actually, just formations in general. As I'm looking at oppositions, they're not the same on the floor all the time. Oh, are we missing a dancer? Hang on. Hey, let's go. I like that visual moment. Let's go. No, we're definitely missing a dancer. Okay. Excuse everything that I said. Let's go, Valencia. I don't know the story. I don't know what happened. I could be wrong, but it does look like we are missing a dancer. So let's go, Valencia. Very nice. Okay, so that was Valencia, Placentia in their small varsity Pom finals round. I do have to say, so far, I thought presentation was just a little bit cleaner, in my opinion. And I'm not thinking about the hole that was there, but if I'm looking at it, I actually thought presentation was just a little bit more cleaner in their technical skills, coming in and out of skills, and their motion placement. But that's just my 2 cents. So, I don't know how I feel about the placement so far. However, let's watch Rochester, because Rochester took the title in the small varsity Pom division, and you are going to see why.
Dark Stars ready for takeoff.
Rochester Dance Team.
Starting with engine. Engine, go. Dark Star, control. You're clear for takeoff.
So clean, tight, sharp opening. We got the theme of the routine pretty quick, right? The like taking on a flight, pilots.
Mustang, this is Maverick.
I like the push for the advanced technical elements there. Of course, now just cleaning them up. Nice usage of those aerials. And look how tight and sharp Rochester is, especially with those white palms. You just see everything pop nice and tight.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. And dangerous.
Coming out of that, both of those skills together with that forward roll. Ooh, nice switch leap with that soloist there. So you can see that Rochester is really putting in risks with these turn combinations. And I say that because you can see that it looks like these dancers are fighting to keep those turns on time. Now, while the timing is not 100% perfect, it was clean, and you can still see that fight in these advanced skills. That could be appreciated. Nice usage of the lifts there, really tying into the theme of the airplane pilot. I love the quick transition all the way to the side. You had the cameraman fighting to keep up with you. Let's go. Look at the visual moments highlighted with those white palms. Very, very nice performance from Rochester. That is your national champions in the small varsity Pom division. Okay, next we're going to move on to medium Pom. Now, I just have 3 routines that, actually, no, I have more than 3 routines. I want to talk about some of the big movers that we had. And I don't know if I'm going to end up watching their both routines from prelims to finals. I don't know if we have time that is allowed for that. But we had Romeo in the medium varsity Pom. In prelims, they finished with an 87 flat. And then finals, they actually jumped up 4.76 points, which took them to a 91.76, which they ended up in 4th place. That is, I think the biggest jump that we had in Pom at Dance Team Union Nationals. So I need to watch Romeo's finals performance, and I'm going to just say yes to a 91.76 or a no to 91.76 at the end of this video. And I'll give you my reasoning. Let's just watch Romeo Pom. No commentary. Let's just watch.
It's nature's most efficient way to kill. A weapon of choice for thousands of species on Earth. This is venom. Searching, looking.
All right, so that was Romeo. Now that was their, hang on, I just need to make sure before I keep talking. Yes, that was Romeo Medium Varsity Pom Finals. Now, as we can see, technical elements were off, right? Turns were not hitting on par of what I would think for a finals routine. Some of the skills, like when we saw them get into their diagonal, they did the back bend. A lot of them coming out, going to their, rolling to the front. A lot of their legs coming down were a little different than others. So if I'm being quite honest, I don't see a 91.76. I see like high 89s maybe. I don't think with the technical elements being off, some of the motion placement being off as well too, that it should be a 90 plus range. Now let's go into Lake Mineola. They had a pretty big jump as well too. They went from, hang on, let me take this down here. Lake Mineola prelims. Oh, sorry. Now I should have said this because I did not say this. Romeo did move straight to finals. Okay, so they went from prelims to finals. The routine that we saw was their finals performance. Lake Mineola now, they also did prelims to finals. They advanced straight to finals after prelims. They finished with an 87.96. So they were actually scoring higher than Romeo. And then we had an adjustment there with Romeo with that 4.76 jump. Romeo had a 2.92 jump, which then finished them in 6th place. So let's also watch, I'm not going to commentary on this one. Let's also watch Lake Mineola and the small varsity Pom, in the medium varsity Pom finals. Here's Lake Mineola.
Yo, what I gotta do to show these girls that I own them, own them, own them, down. Tell me alarm. Let's go. Oh, come fill my glass up a little more. We about to get up and burn this floor. You know we getting hotter and hotter, hotter and hotter. Come with it. Don't act like you forgot. I call the shots. Like blah blah blah.
Let's break it down.
Don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance, shut up and dance, shut up and dance with me. Welcome to our backyard.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Tell me a lie, tell me a lie.
All right, and there we had Lake Mineola. Okay, so far I will say I do agree with the placings that Romeo should have been placed higher than Lake Mineola. Um, Lake Mineola, beautiful technique. I mean, the lines that this team can create with each other is their superpower, I have to say. I think what Lake Mineola lacked so far when I'm looking at medium varsity Pom, it's the creativity in their music. I don't think they had a theme, which is fine, but how can you use moments that are in your mix to create visual moments for the judges to digest? And I think that there was a lack of that creativity in Lake Mineola. Now, Lake Mineola, like I said, they went from prelims 87.96, finals was a 90.88. So they had that 2.92 point jump. Okay, the next one I want to watch, they were our ninth place finishers. This is Olathe East. Prelims, they had another big jump. Prelims, they were 87.40. And then finals, a 90.08. So from Olathe East, 90.08 to Lake Mineola, who was sixth place. That's just three jumps there. It was only, I don't even want to do the math, 4.24 points away, a quarter of a point away. So let's watch Olathe East. Again, we're gonna watch all together. Here is Olathe East and the medium varsity Pom division. Olathe East and the medium varsity Pom finals. Get it together, Kyle.
We are the men in black.
Agents, get ready. It's the MIBs. Here come the MIBs.
Agents, your mission begins now.
Living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it scream from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music.
Our mission is to monitor extraterrestrial activity on Earth.
Engage target mode. Maximum confidence, maximum control. Younger flame here, sicko mode. Initiate covert sequence. Drop the beat. Make this here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they keep me loose. Yeah, jump out boys, that's Nike boys, I've been our goose. Way too big when we pull up, they keep the loot.
We are the last line of defense and the first on the floor.
Won't remember this.
All right, Olathe East. Okay, I actually remember watching this. And in person. I think I was sitting like just right there off the side. And I remember thinking the same thing. And I kept thinking this when I was watching the medium varsity pom division. I think large varsity as well, too, is that teams are using themes, but we're not using themes. We're using themes like music and costume, but we're not using the theme in choreography. And I'm so confused. If you're going to have a Men in Black routine, why are we not tying in more to that Men in Black theme? Other than like the costume and the final pose with the thing that she was holding. But other than that, oh, they did have a moment where they were like leaning towards each other. It was like 1-8 count, but that's like all I got. I wish I felt like I was watching Men in Black, but dance. You know what I mean? Like Men in Black, make a dance. Not even thinking costume. Like the costuming should come after the choreography, right? Because the choreography, it's got to match. Here's I'm going to finish the rant too, okay? If I could take any other theme, make a mix and put it to your routine, it shouldn't fit. It should only be Men in Black, mood board, vision board, whatever you want. Yes. Okay, that's my rant. Okay, let's move on. The top 3. Here we go. We had Dakota finishing in first place with a 93.92. St. Charles Catholic, which I have a story about. We're going to talk about St. Charles. They finished with a 92.16. And then we had Hanville finish in a third place with a 92.12. So between first and third, there was a pretty big jump. I mean, just between second and third, Hanville and St. Charles, it's 0.04 from each other. Okay, but then if you go St. Charles to Dakota, it's a pretty big jump. It's more than a point. It's almost a 2-point gap. So, I think we should start with Hanville and work our way up. So here's Hanville in the medium varsity pom division, finishing in that third place with a 92.12. So let me just say this really quick. Okay, because this is another routine that we're just going to sit back, we're going to watch all together, and we're going to talk about after. I'm going to do that for all medium pom, quite frankly. 92.12. What do I expect? I expect clean transitions. I expect clean grouping. I expect if whatever technique we're giving us, it's going to be beautifully clean. And that 92.12, you are at the industry standard. So I need to see what this industry standard is, right? So here we go. Here's Hanville 92.12. And also, if we're using a theme, use the theme, please. Here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody look at me. I walk in the door, you start screaming. She's a making back cards, making flip cards, making fuck real love. She's a man eater, a man eater. More than you're lucky to be living in it. You better celebrate, baby, we ain't going away. Superhuman, number one. Who won the world? Who won the world? Who won the world? Who won the world? Who's what we run? We run the world. She's a winner, champion. Busted, taken apart. I've been broken down, left with a broken heart, but I'm strong. Isabel, this is a woman's world. This is a woman's world. He'll go. Now I'm stronger than yesterday. Now it's nothing but my way. My loneliness ain't killing me no more. I'm stronger. I'm big. Don't your mind, don't let it be. Everything you feel and everything you are. Want that more flash again.
Working 9 to 5, 2, 3 jobs just to survive. I'm a powerful women. No man at home, raising all the kids alone. I'm a powerful women. You deserve the throne. Keep your head, I'ma stay strong. I'm a powerful women. No matter what, never give up.
And that was Hanville. Wow, what a performance. Okay, I actually think I remember seeing a little bit of this routine. Or maybe I saw the whole thing, to be quite honest with you guys. I don't really remember, but I think I remember seeing this at Nationals, and I still think that was an incredible routine. Technique was clean. motion placements were clean. It was fast paced, using that musicality. They also used a lot of their musical moments in transitions that made sense, like the hook kick roll off going to the side. That was beautifully done. It caught my attention immediately. I didn't even see the first group prep for it, but that was a great performance from Hunville. Okay, let's go into second place, which is St. Charles. Now, here, let's talk about St. Charles for a second, because I did watch their first finals performance, because they went on twice. Their music cut off on them. Okay, if you listen to my video, or my DTU final thoughts video on Tuesday, I was talking about a team and their music got cut off. That was St. Charles here. Their music got cut off, but they handled it so well. Okay, it was about, I think, 45, 50 seconds in that it actually happened, and they were able to go again. They ended up getting second place with a 92.16. Here is their second time going. I'm not going to play their music getting cut off on, but here's their second time going, St. Charles Catholic.
Time is money, so I spent it on a watch. Hold on, you know. If you broke, then you gotta let it go. You could have anybody know. Cause when you're a boss, you can do what you want. Up in the sky, in the first thing, I wanna change our memories. Ooh, the plus. Started out my wrist with some ice around my neck. Diamonds shining, drop it to an island. If I say you want it, then you know he gon' buy it. Prima donna girl, yeah. All I ever wanted was the world. Can't help that I need it all. The prima donna like the rise and fall. Prima donna girl. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. I don't need you, I can burn it up again. I don't need you, all my diamonds dripping wet. You got these watch. Let them something watch. These diamonds dancing, these diamonds dancing. So rich in love, rolling in cashmere. Got it in fifth gear, baby. Diamond in the rough, it's looking so sparkly. You're a rich girl, if you gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Rely on the wrong man's money. Rely on the wrong man's money. You're a rich girl. She wears a long fur coat of mink, even in the summertime. She wants to live glamorous life, she don't need a man's touch. She wants to live glamorous life without love. It ain't much.
Great routine from St. Charles Catholic. Y'all, they absolutely just owned that second performance, giving them that second place finish with a 92.12. Okay, so here's my thought on St. Charles Catholic, because I love everything that they are bringing, okay? I understand the theme, like the glamorous, I understand that, but I think there comes a point where, especially just in teams in general, you gotta mature it up. You gotta just mature it up, okay? They have the technique, they have the quick, sharp, tight motion placement. I need something more mature, just to and you're gonna see that in Dakota in this next routine that I'm about to show you guys. It's very mature. They're able to give a more aggressive feel, a more sharp feel. It's like a glamorous theme. You're only able to give off that pretty girl theme, which is fun. But in order to score, especially close to that 95 range, I need more than one emotion. I need to feel like I am on a roller coaster. Okay, so, and also just this is going to sound crazy, but aggression just hits people harder and make people feel a different type of way in Pom than joy, happy, yay. You're going to probably remember the more routine. I don't know. That's just me. I could be wrong. All right, here we go. Who did I say? Oh, Dakota. Here we go. Dakota. Now, full context, because, I've already seen this routine perform 5 times. Okay, I've pretty much followed Dakota their nationals journey and the rankings journey. So I've seen this routine quite a bit. I did watch it at nationals. So let's sit back. Let's all watch Dakota Medium Varsity Pom. They took home the title with a 93.92.
Choose your fighter. Round one. Fight! Get over here!
Careful making wishes in a dark, can't be so willing to death. Down the sides in the meantime, I'm just dreaming of tearing you apart.
Freeze! This fight will be your last.
Let's go. Till the legs go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out. I'ma rip, till my bones are left. I'ma rip. Here, try to start a go. Let's go. Want you to get it, let me know. Let's go. Want you to get it.
Finish him.
Let's go.
Victories within the mouth. Almost there, don't give a damn. Only thing that's on my mind is who gonna run this town tonight.
Flawless victory.
All right, and that was Dakota finishing off our medium varsity Pom coverage. Great performance from Dakota. The only thing I noticed was just some inconsistencies. I didn't see this finals performance at nationals, I think, but I started to see like some of those inconsistencies in the technical elements, turns and their leg hold turns, jumps, leaving the floor and landing the floor with ankles separated. So just those little things. I can see why in this division in the finals, if they were going to look at that at first place, they're going to award it well. I don't know if I could justify a 93.92. Okay, let's go to large varsity Pom. Here we go. We're going to look at the top 3 teams in the medium varsity, large varsity Pom division. Okay, we're going to look at the first place, the third place, and the fourth place in the varsity Pom division because this is where we had the biggest jumps in large varsity Pom. We're going to start with Canyon. Now, they ended up winning the large varsity Pom division. They had a 2.70 jump from prelims to finals because they did move on to finals straight to finals from prelims. Prelims, they had an 89.70. I think they were first in their division or their grouping. And then finals was a 92.40. So let's take a look at Canyon, large varsity Pom.
This party has everybody make it hot in this party. Don't stop, move your body. I just wanna rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. You want more? One last time, I need y'all to roll. Let's go, give it to you.
And there we have it. There is Canyon. Now, Canyon actually got first place, and they went on to win the Pom battle as well, too. So big for Canyon. Yeah. Okay. So I do know because I was watching medium and large varsity pom finals at nationals, and I can tell you that I'm pretty sure they were alternating panels. So the same panel that was judging medium varsity pom was not judging large varsity pom. I could be wrong. Do not correct me on that. However, if I was wrong, I wouldn't be able to justify Dakota scoring higher than this Canyon routine. Okay, let's go to Corner Canyon. Now, they finished in third place with a 92.12. They finished actually prelims 90.26. They moved straight to finals from prelims, finished in finals 92.12. Let's watch Corner Canyon.
Corner Canyon.
Yo, listen, you hear that? You hear that? Yo, listen, you hear that?
Turn up the bass. Right here, right there, 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 right here. This the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. This the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. This the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. This the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta.
All right, and there we have Corner Canyon. Now, I will say, Canyon, don't get confused, Canyon who got first and Corner Canyon who got third. Canyon was just a little bit more consistent, okay? One thing I will say about Corner Canyon, first of all, that team is huge. I would just have liked to see that big team taken advantage of more and just clarify like our spacing on the floor. That's all I would want to see. There was a point in one of their team turn sets where one girl on the further right side was turning on the carpet. And when you have a company like DTU, which is providing you with 12 panels of Marley, I hope you take advantage of that. All right, let's go to Baker. They finished in fourth place with a 91.52. Let's go to Baker, large varsity pom.
Defend this family, Autobots.
Need a ride, I can ring you up, money, I can take you up. You lay on, I'ma be the passenger. Swag, I do you up, easy, I stand you up. Red lips, red dress, like a fire truck. What you need, you can have that. My black card, they don't decline that. See potential in you, then we want that.
I am Optimus Prime. I'm coming for you.
All right, there we have Baker. Okay, you guys. I'm so happy I came across this routine because I'm not even lying to you when I'm about to tell you this, okay? I have been thinking about this costume for the past week. Actually, no, since the past week and a half since I have been home since from nationals, okay? I already reached out to my Rebel rep and was like, I have an idea for a costume. Did you do this? I'm pretty sure you did this. Did you do this? And how can I make it happen? Because I have an idea and I need to run with it. Um, Such a creative, innovative idea for the arms. I do wish the reveal was just a little bit more like, what? I remember thinking, like, when I was watching it, I saw it happen when they were transitioning, and I was like, whoa, 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 when did that happen? But I wish, since it was like Optimus Prime, I wish they utilized him more of like, and then it turns on like as a part of like the development. I don't know. I wish it was just used more into the character play versus just we're gonna throw lights on our arms. I will say, I appreciated the transitions. At the beginning, the transitions felt a little slow, so I wish it was just a little bit more quicker pace. I love a good quick pace transition. But I thought it was great. I thought it was consistent. I thought it was clean, and I appreciate that. Okay, all right, here we go. I want to watch the first place teams from JV Pom as well as Senior Pom before I wrap up my Pom coverage here. Now, Dakota had a great Pom weekend. They took home first place varsity medium Pom, and then they also took home first place JV Pom. So let's give some love to the JV Pom team from Dakota. And then I'm also going to play right after Dakota. I'm going to play the second place team, which is North Broward Prep. And then we're going to play Norman North, who got third place in JV Pom. And let's watch these Pom divisions, or this JV Pom division.
He's a cold-hearted snake. That girl is. You've touched me, touching star. That girl is. That girl is. That girl is. My enemy. Can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. With a taste of your lips, I'm on a run. Your tongue second slipping up. With a taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? Dangerous. Get it dangerous. Get away my money. Go away the sun. You can call me funny, but they're gonna take my. I got that. When they get it, my anaconda don't. My anaconda don't. I like big. My anaconda don't want none unless you got bullets.
That was Dakota JV on Jackie.
And there you have Dakota JV. And if you can't tell, they have green on their tongues, by the way. They were rocking those green tongues to tie into that entire little poisonous theme that they have. All right, let's watch North Broward Prep and Norman North.
The DJ spins.
This go.
shake, 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 shake. Get on the floor. 'Cause we gonna boogie, oogie, 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 just can't boogie no more. Listen to my bass player. Get down, boogie, oogie, oogie, get down.
All right, and there we have it. That was your JV Pom top 3 Dakota, North Broward Prep, and Norman North. Before we move on to small varsity kick, let's give some love and let's show our senior Pom top 3. We had first place Powerhouse All Stars with a 90.78. They took the senior Pom division. And then we had OKC Storm Dance, which we covered quite a bit throughout the rankings. Very, very talented program, just overall. I mean, technique, beautiful. You're about to see it. And then we had Venom Elite, and that 88.90 in that third place. Venom Elite has a team that's been going to DTU Nationals for quite a while and really dominating there. So let's give some love to our senior Pom teams before we close off our Pom coverage here. The Rocky Mountain Pop-Up Summit is back for year 2. Join us March 1st, 2026 at Cherokee Trail High School in Aurora, Colorado for a one-day recruiting experience with real impact. Dancers of classes 2026 to 2029 will connect with college coaches, practice audition skills, and receive meaningful feedback. Recruiters attend at no cost. Parents and coaches gain insight to support their dancer. Add the Golden Hour VIP experience and a free Sharpen Up Movement Band training class. Rocky Mountain Pop-Up Summit, where preparation meets opportunity.
Welcome to the escape room. You have 2 minutes. Can you escape? Your time begins now. 3, 2, 1. Find the clues.
They won't let me out.
Solve the puzzle. Enter the code.
Access denied. 1 minute remaining.
Execute.
Unlock! Unlock! Unlock!
Remain calm.
Everyone is waiting, waiting on you. You've got time. 15 seconds remaining.
We have to lock in. Enter the code.
Unlock the door.
Go kingdom, mama, I can transform you. No, I can't dance, but I can dance on ya. Twist on the beat, crystal feet. We be there, I can transform him to a me. I can transform you, I can transform you. Anything you want, like I do this for you. Give my baby girl, so you know what this for you. I can transform you.
No, I'm not backing down. Backing down.
Send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.
Dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been loving playing all
on the next level. I'ma be rocking over that bass trip. I'ma be shaking my head. You gon' be licking your head. Something ain't slick and they ain't sane. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap.
We live among its people now, hiding in plain sight, watching over them in secret. This message is to my creators. I'm coming for you.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
It's showtime. The juice is loose. Big 5 millennium.
Look, try it. Look down the charm. My whole life is struggling.
I'm the ghost with the most, babe.
All right, here we go. Let's get into the kick divisions here. Now, if you guys know me, you know I used to not be a kick person until last year. DTU Nationals, I watched a routine. I don't even remember which routine it was in the kick battle. And I was like, what the heck? Watched videos of kick, but I never like watched it in person and like paid attention to it. And then I paid attention and I was like, wow. So I want to show you guys. Wow. I want to show you guys some of these kick routines. Okay. First, we're going to start off with small varsity kick. Now, in 2021, Seminole actually set the record for the highest kick score with the 95.56. Now, while no one has been close to, actually, we've had some people close, don't get me wrong, since that time. Just Seminole this year, large varsity kick got a 94.58. But no one's reached that yet. So it's exciting, especially since DTU has been releasing these highest scores of all times. It's been exciting to kind of watch, like, okay, who could potentially be the team to break the record this year? And especially if you're like a top 3 team, maybe start thinking about that. Maybe that needs to be your motivation. No more, oh my gosh, we need to outdo ourselves from last year. No, just try and beat the record. Anyways, let's get into a small varsity kick. I want to first start with our first place finish, who was Sepulpa. They had an 88.54 out of prelims. And then in finals, they had a 90.98. So they had a 0.244 jump. Broken Arrow, they had a 0.270 jump, which is pretty big. They left prelims with an 86.00. And then they finished with an 88.70, which is pretty good. Still a great score at that nationals. It was the biggest jump that the top 3 had, and they ended up in that 3rd place finish. And then we had West Fargo with an 88.38, finishing with an 89.64. They had a 0.26 jump, 1.26 jump. Okay, so let's get into small varsity kick. Let's watch these routines here. And then we're going to get into large varsity kick, and let's watch those routines.
Oh, the body sway to music. Oh, the lightning blast. I will give it all and all. Maybe you would me ask or have a chance. You're the only one who know that firmly in the ground. Undo my heart, unzip my body, yeah. Then to my ear, came the deafening sound. Then to my ear, came the deafening sound. And if I need a little more, look into my heart and listen. And don't look me too far wrong. And if I remember everything, bang, flash, bang, big, bang, bang, boom, 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 boom. We'll never bang, bang, flash, bang, press, bang, 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 boom, 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 boom. Remember everything, flash, bang, big, bang. Taking a picture of you. Taking a picture of me. Taking a picture.
And there you have Sepulpa. I mean, come on. Gorgeous routine, beautiful kicks, the height in the kicks, the timing in the kicks, the levels in the kicks. Everything just ties in for a beautiful small varsity kick routine, and the theming and just everything tied in is just gorgeous. Let's go into our next two, Broken Arrow and West Fargo, and then we're going to go into large varsity kick.
Careful now, you're swimming with piranhas. Dracula, I take the city
All right, here we go. Large varsity kick. We have Seminole, who finished in first place with a 94.58. And then behind them is Nice with an 88.88. 8888. Um, but that jump, you guys, that's almost 6-point jump is quite impressive for Seminole there in this large varsity kick division. And then you have Winter Springs with that 88.04. Let's go ahead and watch these large varsity kick divisions. Then we're going to move into our final division we're going to watch for the evening, which is JV kick. Here we go.
Welcome to the show, let everybody know I'm done playing the game. I'll break out of the chains. You better buckle up, I'll pour another cup. This is my boy, so drink it up, my friend. I went to hell and back to find myself on track. I broke the code. Yeah. Let me tell you a tale about life, but the good and the bad, better hold on tight. Who decides what's wrong, what's right? Everything is balanced, everything's light. I got so much on my mind, and I've been awake all night. I'm so pumped, I'm so psyched, it's bigger than me, I'm getting so hyped like, let me taste the lows and highs. Let me feel that burning fire. This story is my truth. I went to hell and back to find myself on track. I broke the code. Somewhere between the O's and ones, that's where I found my kingdom come. My heart beats like a drum. I went to hell and back. Now I found paradise. I broke the code.
Alright now, y'all know what time it is. I need everybody in the dance shoes and the dance clothes on the dance floor. I don't know who you came with, where you came from, or what you came for. All I know is, you better kick. I came to shut the dance floor down. These heels, they hardly touch the ground. I hear that whip, I love that sound. Whip it so damn good, so make some room, get out my way. I came to work, I came to slay. DJ knows what record to play. Spin it so damn good. Stretch it out, yeah. Work it out, yeah. Fabulous, I'm strutting my style. Yeah, they say I'm extra, but I say they're not enough. Better kick, better kick, better kick, better kick. Higher, 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 higher. Better kick, better kick, better kick, better kick. Higher, 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 higher. That kick was cute, but I think you can't kick. Higher. Why you down there when I know you can't kick? Higher. Child, take your leg and put it to your head. Girl, you better kick, better kick, better kick. Higher. Little toddy walk, you're doing too much. Flips and double dutch, triple toe touch. Tell me how you get so flexible. Tell me how you get so flexible. Better kick, better kick, better kick, better kick. Higher, 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 higher. Better kick, better kick, better kick, better kick. Higher, 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 higher. Better kick, better kick, better kick, better kick. Higher, 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 higher. Better kick, better kick, better kick, better kick. Higher, 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 higher.
Wow, what a division. What a division. Okay. Let's move on. JV kick. Okay, we're gonna end the show with JV kick. I just want to show off the top three. Okay, no commentary. It's JV. I just want to give you guys the love. Seminole, who finished in first place with an 88.78, and then we have Tumwater with an 84.20, and then we have St. Michael's Junior High with an 88.10. Let's watch these JV kick routines, you guys, and let's show them some love.
And it's a little even conversations. There isn't anything there to say. And my eyes hurt, hey, shiver. So look at me and listen to me. Because I don't want to stay another minute. I don't want you to say a single word. Hush, 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 hush. There is no other way. I get the final say. Because I don't want to do this any longer. I don't want you. There's nothing left to say. Hush, 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 hush. I'm already spoken. All of this broken, baby. Hush, hush. First I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But I spent oh so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. But I grew strong, I learned how to carry on. Hush, 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 hush. I'm already spoken, all of it's broken, baby. Oh no, my I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, I've got all my love to give, and I will survive. I will survive. Hush, 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 hush. There is no other way. I get the final say. I don't want to do this any longer. I don't want you. There's nothing left to say. Hush, 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 hush. I'm already spoken. All of it's broken. Baby, hush, hush.
A beautiful day for racing.
Drives me crazy.
We've got 200 laps of it here at the Great American Speedway. I feel the need for speed.
Genie of the Land.
me in the right, oh baby. Gotta rub me the right way, honey. I'm letting you in the right, oh baby. Come on now, let me out.
Get rewards. I have the bad guy with swords. Who said those moves to their Well, I'm doing the job.
All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's coverage episode of DTU Nationals Pom and Kick. Let me know some teams that I missed out. Who were some teams that should have been on my radar that maybe didn't make it onto this show? Come by next Tuesday. We're going to be doing the Hip Hop and Spirit Showdown coverage. I'm very excited for this one. There are some new things that happened with Spirit Showdown. There are some huge shakeups that happened in hip hop. And we're going to cover it next Tuesday, February 24th. And then February 26th, we're going to be talking about jazz and lyrical. March 3rd is going to be the battle. And then I have a special episode I'm working on for military and team performance as well too. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to wow, I cannot talk. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you on Tuesday. Take care.